Anand, can you see my screen? I'm sharing now. Okay. See, we are just discussing. See how to create a user form. How to create a user form and save details onto Excel sheet. We will create a user form. We will enter some details on the user form, and those details will be saved onto the Excel. Okay. We will see. Okay. See, creating user form procedure. Right click somewhere here. Right click on anywhere on this panel available. Click on insert and click on user form. After clicking on this user form, right, a form will be created. Then give a name to this form to identify user form, student, or student user form, whatever the naming convention. Okay, and see, as the controls available in programming languages, right, like a .NET and Java, we are also having some controls here on VB editor. Okay, this is label. This is called text box, combo box, drop down box, list box, checkbox, and radio button. And uh, radio button here called as option button. Okay, we'll make use of uh, most of the controls over here. See, I have given student name, student ID, gender, labels. Okay, these are the text fields you can enter at runtime. See, if I click this run button, right, this form will be displayed. You can enter whatever the data here, and we'll be having some save button, clear button, and cancel button. So upon clicking and save, the data has to be saved onto the Excel sheet. Cancel. Clear means all the fields controls data should be cleared. Okay, we will see how. Okay, this text box, right? We need to identify this text box. You can give naming convention like this: txt student name. Okay, we will see later how to make use of this control later. Just copying this and again pasting this, because if I want to get same width and height of the control, right, again if I click on new control, right, I will not be getting. I guess again I have to drag and drop and adjust the length and height. So to avoid that, copied existing control.
Click on the arrow mark, control arrow mark.
Fine. Okay. Yeah, even you can color it. Color the form. Option. Because gender can be male and female, right? So that I'm selecting here option. And the identification. TXT some ID. Okay. TXT student ID. Okay. And this I am labeling this as
Male, female. Male. Dinesh, female.
and see while coding also, if you select one button, right, this particular should be enabled and this should be disabled. And if you select this means that means I mean to say something like this. Both cannot be enabled, right?
For checkbox only, it is both enabled. For radio button, only one box can be enabled.
Yeah, option button. Okay. And if you wish to add any more controls, right, you can add something like say, this is something like student address. Okay.
Student address.
And again, you can use this as text field. You can use this as text field, and you can set this property as multi-line text box. So multi-line text box.
So you can scroll bar do like that, right?
Yeah, scroll bar. Yeah, I'm naming this control txt address. Why I'm naming this controls, right? During coding, right?
Yes.
If I select txt name, I need to identify that particular control, and I need to save on to some cells on the Excel sheet, right? So that I'm giving particular names here. Here we have some properties for this. Okay, I'll tell you later. See, now see, we will create a button, comment button.
Combo box verification.
Combo box, if you have some student city, Hyderabad, Secunderabad, Hyderabad, Secunderabad, Leland, Amir, all these list items can be stored somewhere,
Okay.
and we can access that like that. We can save on Excel sheet first. Okay. Again, we can capture that range onto the combo box, and we can display items. I'll show you that also. Okay. Firstly, to get an idea, save. I'm copying this and again pasting here. Clear. We also cancel. Okay, fine. Now say, actually we told that ABS is an event-driven program. Okay, we can write events for all these buttons: save, clear, and cancel. Upon double this save button, it opens you uh, VB editor to write a code here. So first thing is that whenever they click on some button, I'll place a button on the Excel sheet now. Enter something like this. The form should open, right? Always we cannot press Alt F8 and we cannot select a particular macro. So I'll place a button here. Right click on this, properties, BTN, student form, enter, as well as give some identification text. What this macro is for or what this user form is for. Okay. Last class we discussed, right, difference between form control and ActiveX control. This is called ActiveX control. Okay. In this event click, right, we have created one form. So we have given identification for this form. select properties. Okay. This is a form. So upon the button click, you need to open the form. Copy this name. Copy this name. In this double click event, right? Paste the name dot show. So now we will see first step. If we are clicking on this and if we are able to open this form or not. So before doing that, we need to do one thing. See, when we are creating activates control, if you place some control, the Excel will go into the design mode. So you can something make some makeup kind of things to this button. So if you are done with makeup kind of things, labeling the name, identifying the control, then come out of design mode. So to come out of design mode, again click on the design mode button. So now see the form opens. So now if we type something, see, we cannot save. Even if you are typing something, I'm selecting some option button as mail and giving some address, see, I cannot save because I did not write any code for saving these details, right? So let us come here and write coding. Okay. I have identified this. I have identified this one option button. Okay, and also this button also you can view like this. ATM save. BDM clear. BDM cancel.
So the naming
BDM is cancelled something like
is
this.
any case, right? Naming. It can be any case.
It can be any case. But better like here naming conventions, right? When you are working with the text box controls, right? Prefix txt, so that you will come to know whatever the txt controls are there. When you are using option button OP, and when you are doing something with button, right? BTN. So in VB editor, whenever you type BTN txt, all that respective control names will be populated. So it is easy for you to select whatever you want. Okay. Now coming from cancel. So cancel means something like if I cancel, if I click on cancel, the user form should get unloaded or closed. Okay. So what is that? Uh, Only one command is here. Here, unload me. Okay, that's it. For cancel, we have written code. Okay. The both the functions does the same. Close on the upper bottom of the window and cancel button. Okay. See, now come on to clear. Okay, clear, right? Whatever the controls are available, txt. See, this is the useful for naming convention. We give naming convention, right? Whatever the controls we have placed, that will be displayed here. Even if you give some other names also, it will be displayed. But I can come to know what are the txt entry controls. So, I can identify controls. Okay.
If I do like this, I have to mention individual like name, ID, address. If I give that form name dot clear, it will clear the complete form. Can we do that as well?
Yeah, we can do that as well. Txt student name, right? Okay.
Address.
Save. Okay, we have written code for cancel and clear. Okay, these are unnecessary things. Let me delete these things. These things has came because on a particular control, if we double click right, that event will be available in your VB editor for some coding purpose. I do not want that. Okay. So our form is displaying, and we need to have one more thing, save button, right? Save button also we have identified with a BTM save. Okay. Now we will start with output. So whenever detail is available on the user form and the user is going to click on the save button, that should be saved onto the Excel sheet. So first decide on which sheet you want to save the data. Okay. Identify a sheet. Okay. I'm identifying this sheet as an base for us. Okay. Here see, I'm giving an header like this: student ID, student name, gender, gender, student address.
First is student name. ID.
Enter. We have given, as of now, we have given these 4 fields, right? So I give this sheet name as something like student form, student data. Okay, data. See, first create object for this worksheet. How we create worksheet object? In we can view like this: to student worksheet, student sheet as worksheet set student sheet is equal to, you can view like this, or you can create object for your workbook also, as we discussed in the last class. Dot worksheets of that particular thing. Copying this, coming here, paste. Last class you were not there, right? We can create object for workbook also. Real time, right? We will be having open many workbooks on our system, right? So when we execute a particular macro, we cannot know that, sometimes we cannot know that where the data is going to populate or where the data is going to be considered for reconciliation purpose. So it is better that you create an object for your workbook, you create an object for your worksheet. Okay. So if you are creating the object for workbook, right, it will be when you trigger some macro, it will be acting on that workbook only. Simply say creating object for your workbook. Now you can view this WP here instead of this workbook. Fine. So now what next? We have created an object for workbook and worksheet. Next thing is whenever you click on the save button, those data should be populated respectively over here. But again, how the macro knows that when you click on the save button, those data have to be saved on the first line of the row number 5. Next is row number 6. Next on row number 7. We have something discussed in the last class, last row. So identify the most last used row. Sorry, most last used row. So whenever you're clicking on the save button, increment that row. Suppose now 4, right? We need to populate or save data from the form on the row number 5. So like see, now we will go with how to make use of last row. Create a variable, create a variable, in where last row as data type I'm taking as long. Okay. Now where last row is equal to that particular sheet, student sheet dot range of A and rows dot count dot end of. I'll tell you. Wait. Just see like what I'm writing for now. Dot row. Okay. Actually, this is the syntax or this is the command which we can get the last row. Okay. See, I'll tell you what is the use of this last row. Suppose I'm having something here, type some text. But after this only, the next row should be saved. The row which we are going to save should not overlap somewhere. Okay. So for that purpose, we have written something like this. Last row. Last row. Last row is to identify and which sheet, student sheet. We have created object for that particular sheet, and we are taking a column as the base. Every time we save the student data, those data compulsorily should be saved on the A column because ID should be mandatory, name should be mandatory. I'm considering as of now I'm considering only A column. Okay, A dot rows dot count. Okay, it will go up to end, but it will go up to end where up to here. Again, right? We have something here. Excel up. Excel up. Again, after going down, it will come here, and it will fetch that row. Okay? For now, right? See, I'm clicking on this. I have not entered any details, but I'm clicking on the save button. See, just for purpose of showing. 11th row. See here, 11th row. Cancel. See, now we will go on. We'll move on to save the data which was entered on the form. Okay. So first, I'm writing a comment here. Save student ID. Student name.
Student address.
Yeah. Okay. This is only comment for our purpose. Okay. Whatever. This is not our comments. Only comments. Save address. Okay. Okay. Now we will write code for this. We have identified last row, right? Student sheet dot use cells of. Okay. You can use cells of or range of. Okay. Now we will be using cells of. Cells of. If we type the open brace, it will ask us for the last row index, right? Last row index where we are storing last row index. Where last row. Okay. Ignore that error. Just copy this and paste here. Comma. Student ID should be stored on first column. 1. Is equal to where the data is lying in which control? Text box. TXT control space ID dot text. Okay. Similarly, for student name also. Student sheet dot cells of where last row comma 2. Column index is 2. Okay. Here we need to give the control txt student name dot text. Whatever the text is available on the text box, we are taking that. Okay. Now gender. Coming to gender, right? We have a little bit tricky here. I'll tell you. Okay. Last row, comma 4 is equal to txt address dot txt. It is recommended to give here dot txt. Even if you don't give this dot txt also, it will be saved. Okay.
But actually, in the Excel sheet we gave address as third column.
Okay. Then we need to change address fourth column. Okay. 4. Okay. Now see, we will come to the tricky part here. So we are not having we are not entering in text box male or female. We are having just option button, right? Here make use of if condition. If option button dot value is equal to are selected is equal to male, that is OPT male option button. Then enter some text in the third column, male or female. See, now we will see how we will enter. Okay. If OP female dot selected not equal to none, then right yes younger. Okay. Now say just to avoid talking it again, I am taking this just 3 here, right? Delete this female. Okay. Else this male. Okay. Already a debugger is present. We will see from debugging point of view. I'm working out of this text. Okay. See, we are detecting last row, right? We need to give here +1 because last row is coming, but after that we need to enter some data. So I'm giving here +1. Now I'm coming here. I'm clicking on the student data entry form. Okay. 3 ID as something 001, and I'm selecting here name and address but public. So upon clicking on the save button, see what will happen. We will go step by step execution. First we will see last row is coming correct or not. Spike coming correctly. We should save data on fifth row, starting fifth row and student ID. Okay, it has come. Okay, name has come. Now we will say tricky part is this thing. Okay. Let us see. The entered is male, right? It should not come to female. Okay, we will see this for one second. Wait. Okay, it's male. Means the property value not equal to none, not null, but we have to use property value something is equal to true. If that value is equal to true, it comes to female. As that value is not equal to true, it has come to the else condition. Even in the else condition, right, you can specify something like this. Else if OP dot value is equal to true, then again will come here. I'm executing step by step. It is coming here. The condition is satisfied, it will come to inner if condition. And see, we are typing this as male. We are saving this as male. Okay. And last part is address. Okay, fine. So after this, right, see, you have done like this. You have clicked on the save button. After the data, once the data is saved, right, you need to clear the data on the form. Okay. We have written something like this, right? We can make use of this thing. Actually, we can do one thing. copy this thing, I'm writing a function here. I need to exit from the form window and then come here. I'm writing a function here. See, public function clear controls. Upon pressing enter,
Srinivas function spelling P1CTION, right?
we'll remove this. This is not required. Just I'm trying to write a function here. Fine. Perfect. I'm giving this function name as clear controls. And all this text, right, all these controls we have written in clear click. I'm cutting that and pasting here. Okay. I will do one thing. We will call that function. Okay. Here, as well as after the save also. Once the data is saved, we can call the same function. Okay. Clear controls. Fine. But see, remember, I have not written code for clearing this option value. Okay. Here there is a breakpoint. I remove that and just run. See, data save and data on the form got cleared. Okay. Let's see. Save. This should display as female. Okay. For option button, right? We can write even code for option button also. We will see.
But data button one should be always checked. ఒకసారి చెక్ చేస్తే కదా ఉండిపోతుంది.
ఒక్కసారి అయితే ఉండిపోతుంది. అదే ట్రై చేస్తాను. ఇక్కడ ఏమన్నా రేడియో బటన్ కూడా మనము క్లియర్ చేస్తాను. యాక్చువల్గా ఉండదు.
ఒకసారి చెక్ చేస్తే
ఉండిపోతుంది.
చాలా ఫంక్షన్ చూసాను.
ఇండెక్స్ అని ఉంటుంది ఒకటి. డాట్ నెట్ ఉంటుంది. ఇండెక్స్ అయితే కనుక క్లియర్ చేస్తాను. ఎవ్రీ టైమ్ యూజర్ ఫోన్ లోడ్ ఇట్ విల్ నాట్ డిఫాల్ట్ ఇట్ విల్ నాట్ సెలెక్ట్ ఎనీథింగ్. You will see this workshop. I'm not sure. All click చేసాను. Clear function కాల్ చేస్తాను. Disable. It should not disable, right? Okay. Something ఏదో ఇట్లా వర్క్ అయింది. But this is not the proper way. Okay. Okay, fine. Now see, today we have seen like how to create a user form. Upon entering the data on the form, right, we are saving it to the particular sheet, and we are taking last row before saving the data onto the sheet. See, we are considering the last row. Based on the last row, we are populating data onto the sheet, and we have seen code for saving the details, clearing the form, and cancelling the form. Cancelling the form simply unload me. ME, or you can give under the form name, whichever is convenient. Okay, and this completes creation of user form. But see, again, see, from developer point of perspective, we can think in many ways now. Writing some validation. Okay, already you see this form is generally for those students who are in school or admitted into the school. Maybe the operator type something here. So while typing, while saving, right? If you can check, you can put some validation whether the student with the ID, following ID is particularly existing or not. But it is up to us again. How can we develop and frame our coding things? Okay. But just to make you know about the user form, right? I have created this small form. You can from here you can develop your own coding or logic from here, and we can also give the checkbox also. Please, okay. We will add here one more control. We will end up here. Okay. We will add one more control and we will end up here.
Permanent address,
Student day scholar or hostel. Okay. We will select checkbox.
yes sir, and not suppose multiple शिक्षा ये कैमरा दे और ये बंदा सेम और ये checkbox सेव करें प्राइस में मेरा
You can this come here.
सर मैं checkbox में एसके टिक कर देते तो भी कर मैं रेडर में वर्क on बोला होगा
Value is equal to true. Then control C. Control. If the checker is equal to true, then hostel is needed. Okay, let us see this. It is working on. Okay, require hostel. And the save button.
Name reverse student ID and
అదే టాగల్ చేసాం. This is where we can write validation. The student ID, it can be only numeric. సో అలాంటి వ్యాలిడేషన్
అది ఎలా అయింది ఇందాక అడ్రస్ బాగానే వచ్చింది కదా
అంటే ఇక్కడ మనం ఎంటర్ చేసిన అట్లా ఎంటర్ చేసుకున్నాం పైన.
ఓకే
చెక్ బాక్స్ పెట్టాం కాబట్టి అక్కడ నీడ్ హాస్టల్ అని చెప్పేసి వచ్చింది. స్టూడెంట్
ఇక్కడ మనం ఫస్ట్
యా నేను అది చూడకుండా మళ్ళీ నేను టాగిల్ చేశాను. ఫస్ట్ కరెక్ట్గా టైప్ చేశాను, మళ్ళీ నేను టాగిల్ చేశాను. మనం ఇక్కడ ఏమి చెక్ చేయకపోతే కనుక నాట్ రిక్వైర్డ్ అని చెప్పేసి వస్తుంది. ఓకే, అండ్ ది నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్ we can see combo box how it is used. For today, that's it. Online any queries as of now?
No, Srinivas.
Thank you.